So we'll see if they can play fast enough to choke out 23 Savage. For T1, I mean, they've got DK Magnus. You're gonna have a stable time farming up. You always worry about Earth Spike into Skewer, so you can't really posture too aggressively there like this.
Yeah, you called it, John. There it is, Toy. On back, Hex is out. They're gonna try and body block Toy, taking a fair bit of damage, but will eventually get the stun off onto Cuckoo. Still another Earth Spike is there. Zephyr Shockwave. Oh, they were right on the edge with that one, but they do manage to get the first blood gold the way of Zephyr. Whitemon, he's got that ensnare creep now. Very powerful creep to try and set up a gank at this top lane. Q going in for the battery assault. He's the one that's been caught out, and now Massaros moving in for the light strike array, but he can't quite get in range for it. The Dragon Slave, though, will prove to be enough to sneak up behind Massaros, but unfortunately for him, Q does spot him out before he can actually get the ensnare off.
Yeah. Just a lot of aggression now coming out with the levels here on Motivate. They trap Savage.
Yeah, that's a big one. He just used the dagger as well. Kong's pushback is there. Q wants to dive, and they've got the Laguna. Great pick off there from Motivate Trust. Now the counter smoke, T1, they know exactly where they are. TP's down to the bot lane. Looks like they want to try and defend, but the T1 tower's already gone. They're still going to force a Carl. Jumps in onto Massaros. That Lina is going to melt very fast. Savage, he tried to juke out the Light Strike array, but it won't matter. They still got the kill. Onto the Wraith King now. Toy, he's in big trouble. Set Zero is being controlled up by Carl, just making sure that Toy has no helping coming. That'll be the first line. Q now from the side, Burrow Strike, Epicenter is there. It's going to be onto Carl, but he is taking literally no damage. It tickled him. He took nothing. His Fearless is going to try and back now. Cuckoo, RP still up. He won't throw it out yet. Fearless, stuck in the sandstorm, but they've got the vision. And eventually they've got the kill as Q is still trying to go in onto Savage. They've got the Spectre low, but not quite low enough. He's still alive as Cuckoo. He's still holding onto the RP. You've still got that big ultimate ready to go whenever. Toy gonna back off with that secondary life. He doesn't have reincarnate. His Massaros has been caught by the stun. Buyback is there by Q. It looks like they are gonna be able to get Lina. Now the RP's out. A very nice RP, but it's not enough. Cuckoo, he's gonna be the one to die as Toy gets the kill.
Ooh.
T1, I mean, it was a good fight for them, but
they are keeping it in check. They're still within 1k of T1, so despite having that empowered to flash farm under 3 heroes, they're not really able to pull off a big lead. And that is good news for Motivate as, again, they're just waiting for some of these spikes to be up. They're constantly grouped up as 3 or 4 though.
Yeah, nice skewer, Cuckoo. They can't see Q, but they've got the dust there from Zephyr. They'll have it, finger out. Nice little finger stack there for Zephyr as well. Fearless, looks like he's setting up for an Epicenter initiation. We saw it last time on Carl, and it just didn't do much damage. They're going to use it, Carl. Now this time around, it does do quite a bit of damage. It does take him out. In fact, Whitemon on the side also gets caught out by Massaros.
Smoke out from T1, 4-man. They can just haunt in with Savage. If they find a good angle for that RP, this could be big.
Well, that smoke's gonna be pretty obvious now, but QE still runs forward. Haunt is there. Should at least have the Clockwork. Haunt into the backside as well. They're trying to get the Clockwork who hookshot it out. Fearless, he's going to turn around now. Carl, he pops the BKB. Toy is going to try and back. He does have that reincarnation. Cuckoo going to skewer him back, make him further away from the team. RP there as well. They got both of them, but now the double Laguna out from Massaros and Set Zero. They're going to turn around with another Burrow Strike there from Fearless, and they're cleaning up. They well and truly clean up here, Motivate Trust. A 4-for-nothing trade.
And now Roshan for Motivate Trust. Potentially 3 lives out for Toy, but they're probably going to hand it to Massaros, and they do.
Walking through the long way. Of course, Savage can just haunt in for the fight, so he doesn't need to make his way over. Cuckoo. The smoke's still up. Staying hidden. Who's the target, though? They don't want to go on the Wraith King first. They want the backline support, so they do find Set Zero and Savage immediately in with the Haunt. Hook shot was there. Whitemon, it doesn't connect anyway. Set Zero, he does end up dropping. Now they've got Q on the cogs. However, Toys jumped in. They've got Zephyr. The line's down. Cuckoo looking to back off. Savage moving back in. Carl, however, does get Q on the Clockwork. A very split kind of team fight, but for now it is still favoring T1. Buybacks are going to be bought out. They even found the Aegis on Massaros. just avoiding the Wraith King altogether. RP won't be out yet. Cuckoo, can he get it out in time? They just perma-stun him up. Epicenter's out. There's the RP just in the nick of time as Savage. He can get to work with the Empower. He just shreds through Fearless, and now they get the reincarnation into the real-life toy. I don't think he can run out of this. He will try, but they have plenty of control for the Wraith King. And T1, they're going to be able to clean up Motivate Trust. There was a minimum 4 heroes going down, but I believe Set Zero did go down at the start of the fight. They could ever really fight back on Motivate. It's the strength of T1 is just forcing the split kind of team fight here as TP's up top. They've got Haunt again. They could certainly some of the fight, and Carl, he's going to jump in for the blink now, and there's your Haunt down immediately on Masaros, who wasn't expecting the rotation in. Fearless, he's already lost the Aeon Disc proc as well. He is going to try and blink out in time. Q, Spectral Dagger's going to connect. They should have the Clockwork kill, and they will. The fingers there from Zephyr. In fact, Carl looking for more now. Does get the hit off on Set Zero. The slow is just so high. Set Zero will be the 3rd casualty. T1 so dominant now.
As long as Haunt is up, anyone Carl jumps is more than likely dead. And Motivate Trust has to respect that. They can't have their Lina up front like that. She has most damage, although Fearless.
Oh, he's gonna find Zephyr. With the BKB, gets a nice kill onto the support line.
Motivate Trust now can't really do much. They just have to go back to farming, have to go back to building up. This is buying time out for the Dragon Form to be back up, and Carl is down south. Not the target they'd want, but it looks like T1 might collapse into them here.
I mean, Carl's moving in. They've got 15 seconds for that Lion. Fearless has been spotted by Whitemon. Who are they actually targeting? They stun up the Wraith King. Toy, again, is probably going to be ignored here as Set Zero does reveal his position. With the Soulbind, he's going to force stuff down to the low ground. You've got that RP available. Cuckoo looking for it, but no, the Fire Strike's there in time. Light Strike right out as well. They want to burst down the mag, and they will get him. But now Masaros is in big trouble. Savage, he gets the kill. Moving in for more. They'll take down Set Zero. Q conks out, but Toy, he's lost his first life. Now they can focus down the Wraith King. And Carl's proving to be a pretty big issue. With all this slow on this Ancient Black Dragon,
where are you going?
It's so easy to kite out the side of Motivate, and it looks like they're about to find a 4th hero now. They will even get Q down to the Clockwork. The only survivor is Fearless on the Sand King.
I don't know how you handle this Aegis on Savage. You can't kill him once. Killing him twice is an even taller order. It's just so good in getting that split aggression off. And now the high ground, RP still up. They've got the full Haunt still ready. I'm not sure what Motivate Trust can do. Maybe if you get a good skew.
Oh, nice skewer. Toy, he's going to be all right. He'll go for the stun. He'll try to fight this one out. He still has those 2 lives. Haunt has been committed. No, it's another Shadow Step. They still have the Haunt up. Toy is copping a lot of damage now. He needs to find a way out, but he will lose the first life. They need to help him. He'll BKB, he'll go for a run, but the RP's there, Cuckoo. He'll hold him down longer. Toy still trying to run. Dagger around, Inkswell there. Burrow, Epicenter is in from Fearless, but Savage, he still kills off 23 Savage. Meanwhile, Masaros has been caught out, and Toy, he does die to Carl. I believe it was just the splash damage.
Yeah, I mean, just too much. Just too much slow. They couldn't run up.
Savage, he's just going straight fountain now. Earthspike is there. They do kill off Q. They'll lose the Aegis, but there's no buybacks available right now for Motivate. So T1, well, they might not be able to go for T4s or Megas, but there you go. Divine's up. So I guess they are going for T4 towers. Into the Ancient. Fearless, nice burrow onto 3 with the 3-man Inkswell, but where's your damage follow-up? It's just not there. Hook shot in from Q, going to catch out Zephyr on the line, but that's not going to matter as now Carl will just get right to work. Look at the splash. Masaros, he almost dies to it. Horn toss up, Masaros back into the fountain, but the damage is just way too high. Toys trying, but they call it. GG well played, T1. They had a game plan and they made it work.
Yeah, that was probably the best we've seen T1 ourselves since the group stages. This is the T1 that's on point, in form, coordinated from draft to execution, all lining up. I do think that T1 has a stronger draft regardless. Like, I like Motivate's draft better than Game 1's, but T1 still has this giant win condition on TB.
Carl can't really do that on the Invoker. But he can certainly just keep the lane pushed out to make sure Fearless never leaves the lane. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, just keep getting that clearance hole.
Yeah. Top lane is apparently where the first blood does occur. Very unfortunate they didn't have a ward to scout out that Terrorblade. Otherwise, they may have been able to zip in for an easy Vortex and Arrow. Instead, they are going to run into Whitemon. They might be able to get the Enchantress kill here. And, well, without the Untouchable up, it's not going to be too hard of a kill and they'll get it. In fact, Toy is the one to take the kill with the Mystic Snake.
Still wrapping in here, though.
Fearless, pretty much out of mana. Stomp is there. That's a big trade.
Toy.
T1 onto Toy now. Can they get a block going with the Treants? Cuckoo's trying his best. The ensnares there from Whitemon. Now they get the 3 block going on Toy. He's still going to run out as Cuckoo is the one to get caught. And Toy barely makes it out with his life intact. Zephyr, he was trying his best to get the damage out in time, but didn't quite have it. And now it looks like he's going to die as well. And we'll surround. Spear is there. Masaros is able to take the kill on the Mars.
It looked a bit dicey to start off with. They overcommit, and now Fearless.
Gonna zip in. They found the big target they wanted. 23 Savage. Does have the Sunder up. Might need to get it off ASAP, but the Spear is there. Very nice pick off by Fearless on the Storm. Masaros around just in time to get the final bit of damage out. However, Toy, he stuck around. He didn't go for the reset. Whitemon can't get in range for the enchant though. They'll have to go after Set Zero instead.
Points for trying.
Had they gotten Toy, it would have been huge, but they weren't quite able to close the gap on the Deucer. Now Zephyr in trouble again. He's been caught up by Fearless, and well, he's not dead yet. He wants to go for the stomp, but they do get him in the end. Carl now try to chase down Fearless, who does not have any mana left. Nice spear away from Masaros. May have created enough of a gap. And now they'll turn their attention onto the Mars. Try to get whatever they can. EMP out. That'll drain all the mana of Masaros, but he's still not dying. He just holds the shield up, and nothing happens. Now Fearless, he wants to zip back in onto Whitemon, and he might just get him. He does. Toy, he'll join in. Cuckoo does get caught by the spear. They'll find another.
It's a really deep chase from T1 trying to get that punishment.
Pretty big objective to take here for T1, because we always kind of mention it. The Medusa, it loves that jungle space to farm, and right now Toy doesn't even have the Dragon Lance up, so he needs a bit more space. As Carl, he had his TP cancelled, and now the Vortex is there from Fearless. Nice tornado, but they landed the arrow. Carl, he's still trying to get out, but no, they'll get him in the end. Nice pick off now from Motivate. Cuckoo? No, he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think T1 are fairly happy. Again, you can see everyone taking activity, but
he's not fine.
Cuckoo.
Yeah, he's not fine, John. They got the arena. He went back in towards that triangle. Not 100% sure what the objective was there, but he does get punished immediately by Masaros.
All their wards are on their side of the river, so they don't have information as to where T1's at. Always a bit of a risk to run forward like that. They do pop the Moonlight Shadow.
Zip in, Carl. Again, Orchid is out. He gets the counter Orchid, though, onto Fearless. And now the Stomp's there with the Earth Splitter, but Carl is still ticking down and will drop. Seems like they aren't going to be able to find anyone else to try and trade with. As Fearless is going to zip back in now, but he's quite low on mana. He'll go for the Vortex very confidently, but Zephyr's going to turn around now, and Fearless might be in trouble. In fact, they found even Set Zero's courier. Set Zero, he's still trapped up in the middle of all this and is going to drop. Still Masaros? No, the Orchid. It was immediate. And he dies in the fountain.
Man, that's some quick reactions from Cuckoo.
And you've always got to be worried about Cuckoo also snowballing into that secondary carry on the Prophet. Things can get quite scary with this Medusa, even if you are in line with Savage's farm.
It just doesn't quite match up, although
Masaros, yeah, mid lane, they got the Invoker. Zip in, Carl. Orchid will be returned the way of Fearless. They might be able to trade here. Orchid on Orchid action, and they will both go down. Set Zero. Try and run away. Whitemon with the impetus shots, just getting a lot of damage out as now Masaros came back in for the God's Rebuke. Stomp is there. Zephyr is going to land it. But Set Zero will have the Aphotic Shield to get him out. You know, coming to an accord to just trade those tier 2s. It's pretty standard kind of stuff. Question is, will one of the teams try to defend? It looks like Motivate wills. Masaros has TP'd in, and here come the rest. Arena is down. They've got the main target. Orchid is there as well. Can they help Savage? Not quite. They burst him down. Great start to this fight for Motivate, as now Cuckoo has also been caught in the back. He's going to try for a TP, playing with the stop. He might just make it, and he does. But they still lost the big Terrorblade. They might even lose another in the form of Zephyr and Whitemon. So 3 going down for T1.
Just strong rotation out from Motivate Trust, but it's still not quite the position you want for the pickoffs, although Q will still keep hunting.
You shall. Carl, you got the Yule Scepter up. Carl, one leap, you'll be within range for that Invoker, but the Forge Spirit should give the vision. Carl, he's still being caught out. Arrow is going to land, and now Fearless is right in with that Orchid. Another nice pick off here onto that mid Invoker. That might be able to set up Motivate Trust for another good force kind of team fight. Sprout is there. Cuckoo not able to hold him down, and now the arena's there by Masaros to turn this fight around. They'll find another big core. Motivate just very surgical this game. Getting 2 big cores off the map. And they'll move straight into that tier 2 mid tower now. Q, he's looking for more. Yule Scepter around. He's got the arrow onto Whitemon. Savage forced the meta off and try to fight, but now the Orchid right in with Fearless onto Savage. They'd love to burst him down again. This time he won't go down quite fast as he gets the Sunder off. The Spear is there, but Masaros, he's going to put the shield up again. The damage, though, is a lot higher, but a nice arrow. Going to catch Savage. It may not matter, however. This Toy has been left behind.
You could try to go for sacrificing set 0 instead of Toy. We'll see.
Now Orchid's there on the Abaddon. They might kill Zephyr, and they will. Actually, Arrow does land. He might be able to fight back. Savage is dropping low. He'll turn now. Back on a Q. Set 0. He will go down. Savage on 45 HP. He gets a triple kill. Oh boy, that was close.
Try here on Fearless. He is in a rather good position, but it looks like he might not be aware Roche is happening. So the first Aegis going the way of T1.
Not yet, John. Fearless is waiting. Sunstrike is going to be there. No, he won't go for the zip, but the arena is down. Masaros, he got a TB illusion with the spear. And now Savage, even without the meta, can get right to work. Has that alacrity up there from Carl. You know, that entangle is really annoying. With the Aghanim Scepter on the Prophet. It can actually be quite game-changing in the middle of a team fight.
Oh yeah. It's basically, it almost feels like, what is that, overgrowth flying around, right? Very annoying, although.
Cuckoo, BKB up, gets the Orchid onto Fearless, but the Moonlight Shadow apparently going to be enough. Cuckoo, he'll get out in time before the BKB does run out. Whitemon may not be so lucky, however. Toy's got the Skadi up now, slowing down Whitemon quite a bit. Stomp, though, is there, but they got the arrow. No Sunder. Savage, he's going to keep Whitemon alive. Now Toy, he might need a back because they're ready to fight. The Masaros is in. Arena Spear is on an illusion. Savage is still alive. Stonegaze is there. They've still got that Aegis, though. Deafening Blast, great from Carl. It just puts a stop to this whole team fight as they find set 0. And now they're onto Toy, who's been left alone again. They went back for the reset, but they never got the Medusa out. Toy, he's still trying to mad fight this out the best he possibly can, but he's out of mana. Carl, he wants more. They're onto Q. Cuckoo, unable to get the Orchid off in time. Fearless going to zip back in, but the Orchids are out. BKB now available on Fearless so he can fight back. Even through the Orchid, they'll land the arrow. They'll at least get Cuckoo as a trade.
Yeah, overall, still a very good fight for T1. They forced the buyback on the Abaddon. They killed the Medusa off.
Carl will be a nice target. I mean, every time you can kill that Invoker, you're happy, but he's still going to back off, and looks like he is going to be fine. Or is he? He's scouting out for his team. No sentries around to see Carl just right behind them. And now Orchid is there. They want to try and jump Masaros. Cold Snap is out. They've got that double Orchid, but the BKB is going to be dropped. And now Fearless zips right back in onto the Invoker. And turns out Masaros was not quite the target. So I don't think they knew he had the BKB up.
But you will have to be cautious now as Savage does run the risk of dying.
He's going to back off at the right time, but the Moonlight Shadow is there, and Fearless is going to start moving in. He is underneath the sentry at the moment. In fact, Whitemon just places another. Meta is available, but like you mentioned, no Aegis up. Masaros, that's a great arena down, but they got the Orchid. He doesn't have the BKB yet. He needs 2 seconds for it. He should eventually be able to get it, and now the Vortex is there. Fearless, he does grab a couple. Stone Gaze, but a massive Earth Splitter. It just doesn't do enough. Zip forward, Fearless wants to keep going. Whitemon is going to be caught by our Stormers. Masaros now with the potty blocks onto 23 Savage. That's the big boy they want. And Spear is on illusion again. Savage still trying to fight this one out, but the Orchid is there. He has no way through it. He'll try to fight. Fearless is still alive, though. He just won't die. Carl, he'll finally get the tornado out. In fact, kill him too with that tornado, but it's going to cost him his own life. Bit of a mess of a team fight. Savage without a BKB, in fact, he had the BKB, but once it wears off, it's just very hard to fight back. So cool having friends, John. Wish I knew how that felt.
Yeah, like
T1.
1 or 2 people in my head.
T1 motivate trust against each other once again. Unpause is there. Is out, arena
Masaros?
down. Masaros, he does get the auto tied, and it's not a bad way to start this fight, and they will take him down. Savage, he's popped the meta. Set 0, gonna take some of the damage now. The Vortex is in. Fearless underneath the tier 2 tower, trying to go after the Invoker. Forces out the BKB. Savage still trying to go into Masaros. He's taking all the damage. This shield, this bulwark, is just taking all the damage away from 23 Savage. Toy, though, again has been left behind in the Medusa. They'll use him as bait. They'll take down Zephyr on the Auto Titan with that buyback, but now you're out of mana on your Medusa, and Toy, he's going to drop. 2-for-1 trade, but they are going straight into that Roshan.
Yeah, it's going to be Roche number 2, free Ag Shard, Aegis Cheese, a lot to play with here for the side of T1. Motivate Trust looked like a good opening, although Masaros.
Yeah, they found another.
Great kill to have, no buybacks in these heroes, so there's no opportunity to steal anything away. And Savage does get to pick every single thing up.
He does have that Ag's Vortex. Tier 3 tower, dropping very fast. Savage doesn't have the meta, but doesn't really need it right now. Feels very confident with the Aegis Satanic and the cheese that he'll be able to just survive through anything they throw at him, and they'll get the top racks. They'll leave the range behind. EMP Tornado is there onto Masaros, and now the Stomp. Carl, a cheeky meatball from the sky. It's going to burn through most of Masaros's HP. And now the Sunstrike.
Double siege creeps, greater treants. Toy has to be really careful standing up front like that.
He's kind of been the bait for the team, it almost feels like. Savage has got the meta back up now. Vortex is there. They've caught out Zephyr. They want the Titan down. They do get him. That's a dieback once again. But Savage now, he'll get to work onto set 0. Pops the borrowed time. Again, that Bulwark is taking so much damage away from Savage as all the attacks just fly to Masaros. Arrow, oh, they've got the Terrorblade, but Savage, he'll eat the cheese, he'll be all right. A big Vortex in the backside, but still not enough. It might force them back, though, as everyone's falling quite low. They still have the Aegis, however. Big shield, or rather Spear, is there onto Savage. They've got the TB, he can't get the Sunder in time. They find him a second time. Vortex, no, Orchid is there, but the Lotus Orb gonna buy Savage time. The Vortex, though, is massive in the backside. Fearless, he's been Orchided up. They've got him. They've got the Storm down with that buyback. But if they can find Savage, it'll be well worth it. Satanic pops will try to heal back up. He still has support behind him. Just trying to make his escape, but Masaros just won't leave the man alone. Q will go in with the Starfall now, but there's your reflection out. And Savage gonna go for a quick TB. Masaros, no, he gets a Spear in time. He's got the TB down. Cuckoo, he will make it out. But they do at least take down 23 Savage.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Just remove it from second Roche, because it's way too strong right now. Smoke out, T1. Looking to get an opportunity. Q has a Dagon.
Yes, he does, and he's gonna get jumped immediately by Cuckoo. Nice spear though, Masaros there to help out. It's gonna be a full-scale team fight. Stomp does nothing. Set 0, just gonna make sure Masaros remains protected. He is taking a lot of damage though, but in from the backside, Fearless and Toy move in with the Stone Gaze. Flicker from Savage, not gonna do enough. He's gonna have to try and man-fight Toy here. Meanwhile, Whitemon does end up dropping. Reflection out. So who are you aiming? Masaros again with the shield up is just tanking all the projectile hits, but they might be able to finally take him down. They've got the Mars down with that buyback. He's finally dead, and now Toy, he's taking way too much from Savage. Sunstrike down as well, won't quite land. It won't matter though, because Savage, he is still going to work. Reflection out, flicker away Toy. He might just make it back to the base. Carl, any spells to throw out? Not quite. Once again, Flicker saves the day. Ooh. Q gets Cuckoo. Dagon.
It does work out for Q in the end. Need to zip in here. Fearless. Lots of pressure on him to contest if he wants, but he's not going to make it.
Certainly not. He is going to go in eventually with the Vortex. Just to make sure there was no items left behind, I guess. You do have Mastros with his backup. You're a bit short on Toy. Zip in. Vortex is there. Just by a bit of time. Arrow does also land, proccing the Aeon disc there on Carl. But 23 Savage, he's hitting hard. There's your spear out. It does land on the Sprout tree. Flicker is there. Savage going to try and fight back. Satanic has been popped. Can they kill him off in time? They can. They've got the Aegis. Toy in the middle of all this, trying to get the damage out, but a big stop. Zephyr will reset the fight. The Splitter's there. Chaos Meteor to fly through. Refresh is out as well. Terror Wave has been committed. Savage, he'll get to work, but again, Masteros, he's taking all the damage with his shield up. He'll just back off now. The Vortex in the backside again, Fearless. Look at the damage coming out from Toy on this Medusa. They can go onto the Terrorblade now. He'll Sunder, but he's alone. He's already refreshed. He does have another meta, but he probably can't get it off in time, and he's gone. Oh, it's a great team fight for Motivate. T1, they try to force it.
They are pushing for the tier 3 mid. They can't take mega creeps here. And I don't think they have enough time to really force tier 4, so it's not going to be a major loss, but Matsu is just posturing.
He's still putting that damn shield up. Vortex, oh, Fearless, he's caught two. Do they have a follow-up? Arrow does land. Carl, Aeon Disc going to be proc. Tornado is there. They've got one Rax already. EMP, it's going to drop. That'll be enough. They'll try to get everyone else out as Masteros. He'll just tank all the damage. Another nice Vortex. Fearless in with that massive AoE Vortex, and Carl, he's down. He's got no buyback. Whitemon to drop as well. There's two heroes down without buyback now. T1, it's a very hard defense out. Cuckoo's going to jump in with the Sprout. There's your meta being popped by Savage. But what can he do? Dagon's there. Cuckoo, he's gone as well. He'll have to commit the buyback. Toy, though, jumping in the backside. Stonegate's committed immediately. Savage needs to back out. Are they going to force tier 4s? Motivate, they will give it a shot. Savage almost flickered into the arrow there. Divine Rapier's up. Toy, he's got it on the courier. It's on the way. Meanwhile, Cuckoo, he's trying to rat the base. He went for the top racks. He's going to back out immediately as Savage. He'll keep the fight up, but Masteros is taking all the damage away again. Toy is not taking any damage right now. In fact, now he is. They got the silence off. Toy, he's out of mana. They've lost that zero. The Divine is actually not on the Medusa. They kept it on the courier, just outside the base, just to make sure. Toy is dropping too much. He has saved himself the pain of losing the Divine, and he will send the courier back now, but Savage, he can get back to work onto Q now. Dagon out onto Cuckoo, won't be enough. They've got the damage. Man, oh man, had Toy brought that Divine, John, that could have been an absolute disaster, but he does save it. Motivate Trust. Not going to make the jump in. Instead, continuing to just slowly push out this mid wave. Fearless not there with the team. He's going to sit back. Aghanim Scepter now up on Carl as well, so you do have the Cataclysm plus the Hex out and set 0. It's going to be targeted. Cuckoo's going to come in again. Sight Device is now available. They Dagon down one of the TB Illusion, but he's just going to jump in now with the Terror Wave. Back in onto the Abaddon. That'll be a tieback. However, the Ancient, they're focusing down the Ancient. They're not even fighting. Tornado out. Motivate Trust. They're going right for the Jugular. They're going to get it looks like. They just can't stop them. Oh, they wrapped them out. The tips there for Savage. Who needs a team fight when you can go right for the Ancient?
Oh, God. Gyrocopter is just a really strong core from lane. I think the win conditions for Motivate Trust line up a little bit easier here.
That was a hard
He's fearless enough to wear it. He's fearless enough to wear it, you know?
Zephyr? He's quite fearless himself. He's going to be X'd up here by Fearless himself as the arrow does come in, does land perfectly from Q. Light Strike Array, though, it's going to buy a bit of time for Zephyr, but now Masteros even shows up. That'll be your first blood out. Set 0, the one to take it of all people, but they'll find a secondary kill onto Whitemon. Q will take that kill. Very nice rotations in from Motivate Trust. And I honestly didn't think that they would try to abuse the nighttime this early on. But Masaros, he's been very active. They're on to Carl now. Torrent does land and they'll get another kill. Though a nice light strike array, but it's only Zephyr there to capitalize.
The push will eventually come out, but it's not as fast as you'd want, and they can invade the jungle now. Masaros does not have the ult, so he has to be slightly cautious here.
Primal Spring in, Savage. It's going to be a call down. He will remove himself from that place. And with Laguna is there. Masaros is going to drop a toy, still going with the flat cannon. He does at least get Zephyr. Won't have the damage to get anyone else, though. I wonder if it's going to transition well against this gyrocopter.
I think it can. It takes a lot more time compared to the gyro, and the gyro can always go for more damage. Carl, though,
has been caught out. Boat is there. He gets the Yules off, but I can't see him getting away from this, and he won't. Fearless able to take another kill on the Kunkka. Almost has his full BKB up now on that Kunkka, and I suppose once that's available, you just keep forcing team fights. Speaking of, T1, they might force one themselves now mid lane. Swell is there. Stun is out from Cuckoo. There's your balance strike as well into the Wukong's command. They are right in onto that Kunkka. They'll burst down Fearless. However, you've got Toy trying to fight back. Toy, he's hitting very hard right now. Whitemon and Zephyr both dropped for that. But within the Wukong's command, Savage is king. Though stun is there again. Masaros, a fighting shield, going to buy him the time to walk out. Q, he may be left behind and is. Laguna is out from Carl, and now they've got Toy. A 4-for-2 trade. Definitely a very favorable fight here for T1. Instead, they are staring down Carl at the top lane. Toy has the Ags up now. Homing missile going to fly out, but Carl does take it down. Still Masaros from the back end wants to try and close Carl off. Gonna pop the ulti. They're gonna try and make the dive in, and there is gonna be some TPs coming in, but are they there in time? Arrow is gonna cancel the TP. Zephyr gonna try and help Carl. Still alive, gets a double line strike array off, and now the Laguna. Masaros is the one to die. Carl, he does eventually tick out of the Spirit Vessel, but now Toy, a bit of a rough position. He's gonna walk his way out. It's Torrent. Not gonna be on the mark. Still, they could try and go after Cuckoo with this Spirit Vessel. Soulbind is there from Whitemon with the Inkswell. It's just not going to be enough. Still Savage looking for a way back in. Does get the Boundless onto Q. And they will also get Toy. And Fearless, he does manage to TP out in time, but it's going to be another favorable team fight the way of T1.
Side of Motivate Trust did back off at the right time, though.
Now there was vision behind the T1 mid tower. They know the smoke happened. Still, they're trying to cut them off, but the Moonlight Shadow's there. Motivate, they might be able to try and turn, but they've got the low ground disadvantage now. The jump in's there. Cuckoo with the Inkswell, not going to be enough. Toy gets out with the Aphonic Shield. Boat is going to fly in as well. Cuckoo, he's taking a lot of the damage as Masaros looks to move in. Snowball going to buy Cuckoo a bit of time, but not enough. It is going to end up being a 1-for-1 trade between him and Set Zero. Soulbind is out, but Whitemon looks to be the second casualty of T1. In fact, make it a third. They even tell Zephyr.
Wings of the night.
Carl?
Big win.
It's not over yet. Carl, he still has his BKB. He'll Yules up. Masaros, not going to be able to force that BKB charge out of Carl. Boundless, they're going to try and turn again. Masaros does get hit by the Light Strike and the Laguna, but now an arrow does land onto Carl, and he will drop as a trade. Seems favorable for Motivate Trust, that one.
I don't think that was calculated. I think he was just trying to clear out the creep wave as well. So very fortunate, you know? Like, he was like, I want to clear out these creeps. Then suddenly a Dragonite blinks in with Inkswell. Again, here we go.
Oh, Toy. Oh, stun. Inkswell does connect. Balance strike is there. They've got the gyrocopter, and they will take him down. He'll drop a call down before he does die. Set Zero now. He gets trapped in the shards. He's going to try and TP, and he is going to make it. They won't have a cancellation with any kind of stun.
That should align with a BKB here on Cuckoo. You've got BKBs on all your cores. They can't just stand forward and fight and not care.
Absolutely. And you, Carl, did just pick up a double damage rune, so I think you want to be careful here if you Motivate. They're going to let Set Zero die. They won't try to initiate to try and maybe turn the fight around. I feel like every rune we see is a DD. Carl's got another one. Bottled up on the Lena. Going to move into that triangle now, T1. Oh, Fearless would be a nice target to start on. X12 there. BKB has been popped and set. Cuckoo going to try and find somebody else, but Fearless is going to try and fight now with the boat to fly out. Masteros, he's in with the crippling fear on the backside. They got Whitemon and Zephyr down. Meanwhile, Savage trying to chase down the gyrocopter, but he can't keep up with him. They do at least get Masteros, and now they're onto Fearless, but he's a tanky target. Or is he? When you've got Carl with a double damage rune, not quite. He's going to drop Cuckoo. He might do the same. Toy still trying to fight, but the Light Strike Array again from Carl is out onto the gyrocopter. It's looking like a great team fight once again for T1. They definitely get the better trades. As long as they can get Carl out of here. Pew is having a look around to maybe land a nice arrow, but it's like Carl should be just fine.
It's the side of Motivated Trust that's starting to lag a bit behind here.
Oh, Cuckoo. Unable to get the stun, but the Boundless Strike is on target. One leap charge is now available, but the Dragon Tail is there in time. On Savage, he gets the Maelstrom proc on the last hit just before the stun wore off.
They've got the second life ready to go. Probably just going to hand it over to Savage. Just have him, be protected. Good dodge as well on Torrent there.
They're happy with the rotations forced out back to the Radiant base. They'll go ahead and fix up the lanes, push out some creep waves, and of course get some tier 3 items. However,
build up.
Invisibility.
Good luck, Shadow. Zephyr. BKB up on the tusk. He's going to turn around onto Toy. They've got the gyro, but Masteros, crippling fear in the back. 23 Savage, a nice balance strike, and now the Wukong's command, holding them all down. They've got Masteros on the Night Stalker. Toy's trying to get out, but Cuckoo jumps right in, and now with the amount of damage on Carl, he is just going to get bursted down. 23 Savage again with the tips out. There's no buyback on Toy. He's down for a minute.
And Motivate Trust, well, they're going to be down 2 racks now. 2 lanes that they have to watch out for. T1, and they still have Aegis. They've got at least 20-25 seconds left in that Aegis.
That they do. They're going for the Megas. Hell, I don't know if you even need the Aegis, but they might just give that first life up. Savage, tidal wave brings him back. They want to time it right though. Motivate Trust, they know. This Aegis eventually is going to wear out. And oh, that is some timing. That is some timing right there, ladies and gentlemen. Cuckoo's going to get out, but my goodness. Oh, he's caught out. What kind of timing was that?
That was sickening. That is sickening.
Being very cautious. Roshan, not the fastest in the world. Well, I say that. Carl, he does get to work now, and it is going down very quick. They won't make it in time. But this time, it's going to be a few minutes till that expires, so no timing perfectly this time around unless they can really drag out this fight. Cuckoo looking for that perfect initiation. Won't go in yet, but we'll get started on the tier 3 tower. Nice tidal wave back onto Cuckoo. He does throw the stun out into the Soulbind now from Whitemon. They just want to try and burst down the racks as soon as possible. They don't even want to try and force the fight. Wukong's command, no, the arrow is there. Q setting up again. There's your crippling fear as well. They've got the Aegis down. They've got the first life. T1, they might have to force it back here. Balance Strike is out on Toy. He'll BKB up, trying to fight. He's got the Satanic to use and he'll pop it. It's just not enough. There is no healing out. Onto the bot racks they go. Set Zero's down on the Abaddon. And they will get the final lane of barracks. And there you go. GG well played. They call it. Motivate Trust will be eliminated from the Loopbet Pro Series Season 7. And T1, they will proceed through to day number 4 of the lower bracket.
Yeah, they play spectacularly well on T1's end. A lot of back and forth. Very close matches.